Good afternoon. Thank you for making time for NTV at 1. My name is Gladys Gachanja. Before we get to the top stories, there's one that really has us elated. We're talking about the annual Journalism Excellence Awards that were held last night. And as you can see, I am on the same podium with some of the awards that came our way. We are talking about 7 that came to our way for NTV. And one of them is from Rose Wangoi, Wamboi Kurema, one of our camera ladies, Robert Gishira, cameraman, of course, Andrew Cheng, one of the reporters at NTV, Jane Gatwiri. She's also a camera lady, and she actually walked away with the First Lady, and she is the First Lady to scoop the Camera Person of the Year award, and she also walked away with another award of the night. Well, I must say, Ajaya 2018 was a great night for NTV, and we shall continue putting our best foot forward, even as we bring you the best in the industry. Well, to those top stories, former cabinet minister and West Mugirango MP Henry Obwocha has died. According to the family, Obwocha collapsed in his Nairobi home late Friday and was pronounced dead in hospital. Obwocha had attended a relative's funeral in Nyamira County and requested to be driven to Nairobi, saying he wasn't well. On arriving at his Nairobi home, his condition worsened and was then rushed to Nairobi Hospital, where he was pronounced dead at about 11 p.m. Until his death, he was the chairman of the Privatization Commission. The veteran legislator also served as the West Mugirango MP between 1992 and 2007. Obwocha was the Planning and National Development Minister in the NARC government.
The immediate former Honorable Henry Obwocha, members of staff who are here, members of the press, and starting with
contractors doing business with the county government of Vihiga are protesting over delay in the settling of their debts. The contractors mobbed Governor Wilberforce Otichilo at the county headquarters, demanding payment of arrears they say are running into millions of shillings. The governor says the delays have been occasioned by failure of the central government to release funds to the county. At the same time, the governor has sacked the county secretary, Francis Ominde.
Tumeweka pesa hapa, tunasikia every day audit. Mpaka saa hii audit imefika, kulikuwa na audit tuliweka makandarasi wetu. Kuna audit ilikuwa shared na DG. Faili zikatengenezwa zifika hapa zilipe, faili zikarudishwa.
I left my job to come and follow up payments here. I've not gotten 1 cent since 2014.
Nimetembea na title deed. Muda nipe pesa, nilipe fia watoto wangu. Huyu mama shamba inaenda. Mimi hata mzani nitoroka kwa sababu kila saa viga. Ndio iliko na title deeds mbili hapa kwa ofisi yako nimekuja. Si nimekuja. Kwako si nimekuja governor. Nikilia aki. Na governor mimi naomba mtoto sikose kugraduate aki. Asikose kugraduate.
500 million, and that's why I appointed him to look at all those contracts so that immediately the money comes, we pay. The money didn't come.
Migori County leadership is still deeply divided over the ODM's party choice for senator. The leaders, led by County Governor Okoth Obado, say the choice of his rival in the August 27 polls, Ochilo Ayako, for the seat was unwise. The seat fell vacant after the death of former radio journalist Ben Oluoch.
We want our rights to be respected. When I was campaigning last year, the whole party machinery was against me. And nobody raised a finger like this. Nobody raised a finger like this. Sasa, nikisema tu, nikuuliza tu swali rahisi ndio niliuliza. Swali rahisi. Kwa nini mmewacha jamii wabeni?
Staying with politics, planned demonstrations against the Nandi Hills MP Alfred Keter ended in confusion after a pro-group held on of their own. The anti-Keter group accused the MP of fighting the deputy president while his supporters celebrated him as an independent politician. Lois Wangoi with a demo that never was.
Just a handful of youth armed with placards showed up for the anti-Alfred Keter demo. They are particularly unhappy with the Nandi Hills legislators' remarks in Siaya.
And at no point in time are we going to support the utterances of Alfred Keter, demeaning the office of the Deputy President, undermining the office of the Deputy President.
Tuna support wito wake Deputy President, lakini sio watu wengine wakuje wasungumze kwa niaba ya wapiga kura kusema ya kwamba sisi hatutaki maneno ya Deputy President.
Another group, seemingly pro-Keter, came in to contain the planned demo. The second group lauded their MP as independent and a whistleblower.
Kwa saizi, sisi Nandi Hills hapa hatutaki siasa. Tunataka tufanye kazi. Kwa ujumla tunaunga mkono Alfred Keter. Tunasema ya kwamba hatutaki mambo ya maandamano.
Alfred Keter is among a group of MPs from Deputy President's backyard, seen as rebels owing to his style of openly criticizing the government. The politics of Nandi County cannot be ignored when analyzing politics here in the North Rift. It is from this particular county where previously rebellion has cropped up, or even new political affiliations are formed. Lois Wangoi, NTV, in the county of Nandi.
Away from politics, more than 100 families were left homeless after a fire destroyed their homes in Nairobi's Mukuru-Kanaro slum in South B. The residents say county firefighters did not respond to their urgent calls, and they say they tried putting out the fire using tap water and water from nearby Nairobi River, but their efforts were not sufficient. Youth demolished houses and structures in the vicinity in a bid to contain the fire. Area Assistant County Commissioner Bare Ahmed urged residents to be vigilant, especially with their children during the school holidays.
Hatukuokoa kitu, wengine tulikuwa kazi tukakuja tukapata vitu hakuna. Wenye walisaidika ni wachache na wengine waliathirika kabisa. Hii moto hata hatujachua chanzo ya moto.
To Turkana County, and the standoff between residents of the county and oil-producing firm Tallow Oil continues after residents protested a decision by the company to disconnect water. They are now demanding an explanation from Tallow.
The angry residents say they have suffered a great deal after Tallow disconnected water to the villages. Efforts by area MPs James Lomenene of Turkana South and his east counterpart Mohamed Lokiru to convince the community to allow the movement of oil from South Lokichar oil basin was once again met with resistance. The residents also want some of the demands they had raised earlier addressed.
We believe Tallow, after drilling the balls, handed over the same to the community. For them to come and stop supply of water again, the community says they are worried. Even the schools that Tallow built as part of CSR, they might also come and destroy those schools.
It's Tallow who are supposed to apologize to the government of Kenya for mistreating and apologizing to the people of Turkana, denying them water, denying them their local content, denying them their jobs. Tallow are supposed to pack and go.
The stalemate comes just days after Tallow Oil Company absolved itself from blame and instead threatened to pull out should the standoff persist. The residents have been protesting what they term as rampant insecurity in the county and in the process stalling the trucking of oil from the county to the coastal city of Mombasa. They have also demanded an increase of the share of revenue given to the community, arguing that an earlier signed formula was discriminatory.
Kenya Plant Health Inspectorate KEPIS will start impounding bad seeds sold to farmers in the country. The program Maliza Mbegu Mbaya was officially launched at Mukuria Primary School in Runyenjes. According to KEPIS General Manager James Angawa, the program will ensure that all seeds packets have KEPIS phone number that farmers can use to confirm whether the seeds are certified and are of good quality. He also urged farmers to embrace greenhouse farming to reduce weed and pest infestations.
So one of the programs running is called Mulika Mbegu Mbaya. Simply meaning, when you look at any seed packet, you should be able to see a KEPIS logo. And as you scratch it, There's a number that if you send to a particular mobile number, it will be able to give you the exact variety, who produced the seed, which batch it is, and which period. That secures our agriculture in the sense that you can't talk about food security in agriculture except you start from good quality seed.
Staying with agriculture, farmers in Nakuru County can now make farm-related inquiries to the local agriculture department through WhatsApp and Facebook. The county, which is currently conducting a farmers' recruitment drive to revive pyrethrum and avocado farming for commercial purposes, is optimistic that the digital platforms will help in bridging the shortage of extension services officers. Speaking during the ongoing Farmers' Day at the Rift Valley Institute of Science and Technology, County Executive Member in charge of agriculture, Immaculate Minor, noted that most farmers are yet to embrace technology in farming, and so the digital platforms will not only provide real-time extension services but also create awareness on available farming technologies to the farmers.
The greatest challenge in agriculture, as far as I'm concerned, is good farming practices. Our farmers, many of our farmers, have to some extent not been able to practice kilimo biashara, that we still grow traditionally. We sometimes do not get the spacing right. We sometimes are not using the right chemicals or the right fertilizers. So this becomes a good point where farmers can see excellence in farming and pick some of those lessons.
We are happy that the attendance is very good. This year we are lucky that Nakuru has been wet throughout the year, and therefore the crops are doing very well. There are also challenges the farmers are facing, and we thought the best place for them to interact with other stakeholders is here.
To that story about last night, National Assembly Speaker Justin Muturi has said the two People Daily reporters who uncovered bribery in the House are brave and should be celebrated. Speaking at the 7th Annual Journalism Excellence Awards on Friday, Muturi said the power to summon individuals should be used sparingly and only when necessary. During the annual awards, NMG shone with numerous of its reporters bagging awards in most of the categories, and Jane Gatwiri made history as the first woman to ever win the Camera Person of the Year award. Andrew Cheng, Rose Wangui, Wambui Kurema and Richard Gishira were feted in the television entries, while Elizabeth Merab, Alvis Ondieki, Abiud Awiti, Sarah Oko and John Kamau aced the print categories.
I actually think she deserves a standing ovation because this is the first time a woman has won in this particular category.
Kudos to the Nation Media Group, and again, we promise to bring you the best every single day. Well, across the borders, Emerson Mnangagwa says he will be a leader for all Zimbabweans in a call for unity after violent protests broke out over his election victory. The president appealed for peace and promised an independent investigation into the military after 6 people were killed in post-election violence.
Zimbabwe's President Emerson Mnangagwa posed for selfies after urging Zimbabweans to be calm and peaceful after the country's presidential election. Mnangagwa called for Zimbabwe to unite behind him after he was declared winner of national elections. He asked the opposition leader to join him in calling for peace and unity in the country and promised that people's civil liberties would be protected.
I pledge to be the president of all Zimbabweans, a president of those that voted for me and those who did not. To Nelson Chamisa, I want to say, you have a crucial role to play in Zimbabwe's present and in its future and in its unfolding future.
He also said the military's use of deadly violence, in which 6 people were killed following the vote, would be investigated by independent commission.
Police were overwhelmed, and then they summoned, as is required under our constitution, assistance from the army to stop the destruction.
Opposition leader Nelson Chamisa has described the president's victory as a coup against the people's will.
As a presidential result is fraudulent, illegal, illegitimate, and characterized by serious credibility gaps and some serious legitimacy issues. that we feel must be raised.
Figures released by the Electoral Commission say Mnangagwa and his ZANU-PF party won 50.4% of the presidential vote, ensuring by only 36,464 ballots that there did not have to be a runoff. Chamisa tallied 44.3% of the almost 5 million votes cast, with the 21 other candidates taking up the remainder. This was the first election since long-term leader Robert Mugabe was ousted.
A 12-year-old Mexican boy has enrolled in a university to study for a biomedical physics degree. Carlos Antonio Santamaria Diaz has joined the National Autonomous University of Mexico and will begin his biomedical physics studies on Monday. The child genius earned his place in Mexico's most prestigious university after getting 105 points out of 109 in his admission test, becoming the youngest person to study a professional degree in the institution. In 2015, shortly before his 9th birthday, he took 2 diploma courses in the chemistry faculty, one on biochemistry and molecular biology for the pharmaceutical industry and another on analytical chemistry. Carlos said he would like to help more children like him to do what they can't in elementary or middle school and show them how to continue with their studies. I'm stuck at 12-year-old doing biomedical physics degree. Think on that, and as you do, sporting action is next. Warothe Kiru is in studio with the latest. Warothe?
Yes, Gladys, I'm also stuck at 12 years old and in university and doing physics. Wow. My name is Warothe Kiru. Let's get sporty. And Kenya will be looking to add to its medal tally at the 21st edition of the Africa Senior Athletics Championships that is ongoing in Asaba, Nigeria, during the final of the 10,000 women's final. In the 25-lap race, to be run at 9:30 p.m. Kenyan time, defending champion Ali Saprot will be joined by Pauline Korekwan, the 2006 World Junior 5,000 meters silver medalist, as well as veteran Stacey Ndiwa in the men's hammer throw final. Dominic Abunda will fly Kenya's flag, while Isaac Kirwa will do the honors in the triple jump. Kenya sprinters will also be in action in the 400 meters hurdle women as well as the 200 meters men and women. Friday was a bountiful day for Team Kenya, with the team bagging 3 golds, 1 silver and 1 bronze medal. And those 3 golds were from Constance Kipruto in the 3,000 meters steeplechase, as well as Winnie Chebet in the 1,500 meters for women. And we normally don't get this a lot, but Matthew Sewe continued his imperious form in African Championship, winning again a gold medal to defend his title. And let's talk about someone else who's a footballer turned manager, and he also had a winning start, and former England and Chelsea midfielder Frank Lampard